live.
Let me check it.
All right, Shalom Israel. Yahweh Hashem Lashawan Qadash. Yahweh Hashem Lashawan to all the young sisters, all the older sisters as well. All right, got my daughter here with me. Isupk Lashawan Qadash class, the Hebrew class, the biblical tongue. All right, priest and officer Marah. Okay, gonna be holding the class down. Salaki from moving on from this point on. We was going out Pittsburgh, man. We was hitting them hard. I'm gonna be here in Philly on Fridays for the most part again. So you get to see this young, handsome face again. Y'all know I'm joking, all right? But with that being said, y'all know I have it right here. Last chapter we left off on was chapter 11, I believe, right? I mean, lesson 11 of the biblical Hebrew work and textbook. All right, and big ups to Captain Qadash with the Isupk book about the tribe of Yashakar. All right, I can't wait to get that. I can't wait to read that one. That's gonna be so heavy. Y'all go out there and support Captain Qadash, support the Isupk. Go by that tribe of Isupk. I mean, the history on the tribe of Isupk, the history and the biblical scriptures that back it up. You know what I mean? Or literally the history is backing up the scriptures, right? So y'all go ahead and support Captain Qadash. So we're going to be going into the biblical Hebrew working textbook probably next week, right? What I want to do now is I want to go over some basics, right? Just basic connectors. Basic connectors. So that way, when we hop back into it next week, you have like a week to study or whatever. Most people, I know y'all out there, man, in UPK, we study heavy, man. We study hard, so I already know y'all up on y'all game. But just to do a recap, I mean, everybody be on the same page for next week and ready for next week. When we hit them hard, go right back into the Hebrew, reading and breaking down the Hebrew scriptures, all right? With that being said, I'm going to recite my alphabet. Okay, y'all know it's a tradition in the school that we recite our alphabet. Anybody that participates in the class, you recite your alphabet. Like and share this class. I believe we up on Facebook. I'm not sure we up on YouTube. I know we up on Facebook in Pittsburgh, Trenton, Philly. Man, we hitting them hard. Big shout out to all the schools. Big shout out to Vegas. At the big giant cookout in Vegas, everybody went. Everybody had fun. Everybody that could go went, and everybody that could go had fun. Man, we're gonna get into it. So I'm gonna recite my alphabet. Abagada Hawazaha Tayaka Lamanasai Hatazak. Right? That's the Hebrew alphabet is right here. The light may be in the way, but the Hebrew alphabet goes from right to left. Okay, 22 characters. Unlike the heathenistic English alphabet. If y'all didn't know, English is a Japhetic language. English is not Esau's language. Latin is a Japhetic language. Latin is not Esau's language. Spanish is a Japhetic language. It is not Esau's language. He stole it, raped, murdered, pillaged the Japhites. I mean, it fits his background. It fits his background. You understand? So that's easy to understand. With that being said, we did teach Esau English, all right? But just like the heathenistic English alphabet has 26 characters, 26 letters, our English alphabet has 26 characters. We call them characters because they come from pictures of things. I believe Diala went over this, a week or two ago. I think it was last week, maybe a week or two ago, with the showing you where the characters or where the so-called letters in our alphabet come from. So with that being said, I'm gonna go in alphabetical order. And with that being said, right, I'm gonna go alphabetical order, and we're gonna do the connectors for each word. For each character. and tell you what the word means. When I say connectors, I'm not talking about I'm not talking about this right here. I'm not talking about the singular connector, which we call a frowning, which looks like a frowning face. And we're not talking about the plural connector, which looks like a smiling face, right? We're not talking about that. When I say connectors, I'm talking about an actual letter, so to speak, in English, what we would call in Hebrew a character. So I'll start with the letter A, first character of the alphabet, A. Right? This is the character A in Hebrew. A, it means I am when it's at the beginning of the root word. It means I or I am. All right. That being said, just like the tribe of Ephraim, tribe of Apari, meaning I am fruitful. Right? So the I would be I or I am. Speaking of Ephraim, I got these red and black armbands that your boy truly, right here made himself. You understand? Learning from the men in the ISUPK, keeping our traditions. Y'all can get with me about some armbands. Y'all know I do the garments as well. Shout out to Captain Kapash. He made this beautiful garment for a brother. All right, I just threw on the 2 different color armbands just to promote my armbands. Nothing wrong with that. All right, now nothing wrong with a little self-promotion. You know what I mean? Red and black. You understand? Red and black, blue and silver. Different color armbands, any color you need. Just do it a little promotion out the walk. That's all. So just like the tribe of Ephraim, right? For the red and blue, because they do red, blue, and white, I believe. The tribe of Ephraim, their name is Apari. So at the beginning is A, which means I or I am. The word par means fruit, right? Par, P-A-R. Pa and Ra connected, right? I mean Pa and Ra. Pa, Ra, young. Tribe of Apari. Ephraim. I or I am, par or para, meaning fruit. Fruit. Then with the yum at the end, yum is plural. Right? It makes the word plural. Yum is a plural connector, which we're going to get into, meaning more than one fruit. So in a sense, it would be fruitful. I am fruitful. Multiple fruit. Puerto Ricans, man, they have a ton of babies of Ephraimites, man. A ton of babies, beautiful ones, too. God damn. Amazing. I mean, the tail is tail. The meat is meat. It's not authentic. It's not cauliflower chicken. Cauliflower. What was that? Buffalo meat. Got cauliflower buffalo meat. It ain't that. It's real meat. All right. It's the real deal. So now, we got any darker markers that we can use?
If I could, is the blue darker or not? I'll put downstairs.
Let's try the blue. I'm not sure how good the blue one will erase. If I could, I'm gonna try it, and let's see what we do. All right. So that was I, right? That was the first character, I. Yeah, the blue one is pretty dark.
That's why we don't get enough.
I rock with this. The character I means I or I am. All right. So I'll just put a slash right here for both. I or I am. That's what I means. The character I. Now, with that being said, I told y'all that I wanted to start with some basic connectors. Hey, can you spin this for me? Oh, for sure. Yeah, just so I can see it. Yeah, I think you might pull the camera. There we go. Just so I can see everything that's going on. All right, close eye Christ. So now, with that being said, right? Oh, you need me to come in?
Nah, I'm asking you to slide the camera up and see how it looks.
Oh, man. What's going on? I need to slide it up. All right, here we go. So lock in. Satan did not want that. This class being perfect. But it's still going to be anyway. All right? Now, with that being said, so the first character is I, meaning I am. Right? I or I am. So we're going to do the beginning connectors, right? I'm going to set this sword up on up on the podium real quick. Boom, 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 boom. So, with that being said, we started with Ah. Boom, boom, boom. Hold on, Salaki. I want to check the class myself too. Y'all give me 1 second. Boom, boom, boom. The view, see if we online. I might gotta refresh my feed. So I meaning I or I am. The next character in the Hebrew alphabet is Ba. Right? The character Ba. Oh yeah, damn, we ain't on YouTube. We on Facebook, right? I try to check the YouTube.
We on Trenton.
And we on Trenton as well, right? All right, on sign Christ. So the next character is Ba. Hey, Sly, can you pull up the class for me on Facebook? You just type it in for me. So, now, like I want to say, if I could, right, these are going to be the beginning connectors. These are characters that go at the beginning. These characters, or letters, I think it's easier for me to say letters, but I'm going to keep it traditional and say characters, because that's how we say it, but I will be interchanging it with letter, character, just so newcomers can understand, right? Because the internet is like, man, it's so ridiculous. You can have 10,000 new people in the school, you wouldn't even know. So why? I want to share it if I could. Share it with y'all with Ash. All right, boom, boom, boom. There we go. Let's share it. Give me 1 second, y'all. All right, here we go. Bang. That's that. All right. So now, with that being said, the next character is Bob. And I'm going to put up here just so y'all can know that these are the beginning connectors. Now, I'm going off the top of my head. But I'm glad I have the alphabet sheet here, because we're going to go straight in alphabetical order. And then we're going to come back and do the ending connectors, all right? So, I forgot I got Princess. Come here, Princess. I want you to recite your alphabet real quick before we go into the character Bob. All right? Give her a hand, get a young sister a hand. Come on, you don't come over here and recite the alphabet. Can they see baby girl? No, matter of fact, let's leave it perfect. Let's leave it right there. It's perfect how it is. Can you see the alphabet? All right, go ahead. Hey, everything is I, right? Only one is I. That's not, okay? So go ahead, you got it. Nice and loud, baby. Next one is Shah. Last one, Bob. Give her a hand, man. She did pretty good. All right, I had to do it before, so you increased. You did better. You did a lot better. All right, going straight through it. Give her another hand. All right, you wasn't scared. Don't count it. You can have a solid alphabet. You know what I mean? If you want to recite your alphabet, you can. You can use the alphabet sheet. You know what I mean? It's all good. Come on up, man. Ain't got to get on the camera now like that if they don't want to. But here you go. We're going to have a young man, he's going to recite his alphabet. Salaki. A, Ba, Ga, Da, Ha, Wa, Za, Cha, Ka, Ka. Ka says Ka. Ka. Ta, Ya, Ka, La, Ma, Na. Now, right? Now, Sa, I, Pa, Taza, Kwa, Ra, Sha, Da. In my hand. Excellent, man. See, y'all may or may not know that our language comes easier because it's ours. It's already in our spirit as we know. I mean, this language it can be taught or retaught because it never left us in spirit. It left us physically. But you got to think of how long we've been speaking Hebrew. You got to think thousands of years since the beginning. The first language was Hebrew. So since creation started, this has been in your spirit, Hebrew. And then Eber kept it. When everybody else started talking gibberish, oh, you know what the hell they were saying. And then they learned each other's languages again, and we were still speaking Hebrew. Still being reincarnated. Still speaking Hebrew. Still being reincarnated, speaking Hebrew. Up until that point where they had to start speaking Assyrian and Hebrew. Up until that point where you had to start speaking more Greek and Hebrew. Up until the point where you're speaking Greek and Roman and Hebrew. It never went nowhere. Up until the point where now you're speaking African and Hebrew. Up until the point where now you're speaking English and Hebrew. It just never left our spirit. It left physically, but still in us. It's who we are. We Israelites. All right. We speak Hebrew. We've been speaking it since the beginning. You know, it's nothing new to us. Now, we have to take it step by step. Just like anybody, it's like an athlete. Athlete can run and jump over hills. You get into a car accident or you get hurt on the field, I mean, you got to do some rehabilitation. You got to learn how to use them same muscles over. And that's what we're doing. We got to learn how to speak this language over again. It's like we in the rehab for our language. All right? So with that being said, the next character is Ba. So the first character that we use is A. We started at the beginning of the alphabet. We did A. Character A. It means I or I am, right? I or I got it jammed up. Or I am. It's a lot of y'all see me take this stuff. I ain't know if I wanted to put I again or I got caught right in the middle of it. Alright? I or I am. There ain't no shame in this. You know what I mean? You know, this we gotta learn it again. I mean, you can be ashamed that you're in the rehab learning how to use the same muscles you dunked on everybody with, or using the same muscles you tackled and got quarterback sacks and all that with. You can be ashamed about it, or you can embrace the fact that you're a goddamn athlete. and it's gonna happen. I mean, you know, what you gonna do? Cry about it? And you're in a sport where that can happen. We Israelites, the world hates us. Life is about war. We understand that. You can cry about it, or you can get stronger. You can train more, train harder. You can embrace that you got to rehab your language. And once you got it, I mean, you're back to dunking and tackling everybody and making them fumble. Right? Until the next injury. And you fix that. I mean, that's how you got to do it. It's our language. So the next character that we're going to go into is Ba. Now, Ba, it means a little bit more than A. Ba, this character, Ba, or this letter, right, to communicate with our brothers that haven't been in the truth for a long time. The character Ba, it means, when you see this at the beginning of a root word, just like how we did a pardon, right? Salaki. I'm about to put a Ba there. Pa, Ra, Yo. Right? Pa, Ra, Yo. I believe that's how you spell it, pardon. Right? I believe it may be a pardon. I always get jammed up. Just like this character is at the beginning of the root word. Par is the root word, meaning fruit. Right? We already did that. Yum is plural, meaning more than one fruit, so fruitful. Right? I put the full in parentheses. I already did it, so I'm writing it a little bit small because we already did it. And I at the beginning meaning I or I am. I am fruitful. Horrible, right? So that's how the character I is used. So when I say that these characters fall at the beginning of a root word, they go at the beginning of a word. When you see them at the beginning of a word, not unless they okay, when you see them at the beginning of a word, this is what they mean, unless they're actually a part of this, the root word. All right? And I'll give you an example. You got root words that start with ba. It's like baya. It's a root word. It means house. Right? It means house. But what you will see is baya, which means what? In the house. right? The isn't there because there's no need to say the. That's another thing about our language, right? White man calls us lazy and shiftless, right? He doesn't like our slang. Well, the Bible is written in slang. Blacks and Hispanics, we speak slang. Nobody wants to write out a goddamn paragraph. We're just going to be honest about it, all right? People don't like school for that same reason. I had to type 1,000 words on the computer. I had to write 1,000 words in an essay, 1,000-word essay. I mean, listen, 1,000 words, that's the only time you try to find all the words you can for one paragraph. That's about the only time you ever going to do it. If you don't have 1,000-word essay, you ain't trying to put on it. Listen, if you don't believe me, read your own text messages. You, the letter you. What's up, yo? You don't put WHAT apostrophe SUP YO. You put WASUPYO. That's it right there. What's up, yo? Or you might not even put yo. You might just put what's up, WASUP. What's up with you? WASUP WIT, the letter U. That's how we're not in all that. All right? Now, with that being said, things that are obvious, like in-house, you know it's going to be in the house. I mean, everybody, where you at? Baba Ya. In the house. I don't got to put we're going to get to the character Ha in a second. I don't got to put Ba-ha Ba-ya. I could put Ba-ha Ba-ya. Go ahead.
Somebody ask you where you at, you be like, crib.
The crib, the crib. DACRIB. We made that word up. Listen, listen, black people, we should own DA, the word duh. That's it. We at the crib.
We bring it down back.
We bring it down back. We bring it down back. We at the crib, nigga. Brother. Listen, man, come on.
I just say crib. I said crib.
We shortened the word nigga. We did. N-I-G-G-A. That ain't how I spell. I don't know if y'all know that. That's not the correct spelling of nigga. That's how niggas spell it. So lucky, y'all know how it is. That's how Negroes spell the damn word. N-I-G-G-A. It ain't spelled that way, though. That's not how you spell nigger. It's spelled N-I-G-G-E-R. Comes from the Latin word niger, which means black. They called the prophets black. Barnabas and Simon. They called them nigger. That's Acts 13:1. Can somebody give me Acts 13:1? Oh, for sure. Go read it.
It's like somebody asked a question.
Go ahead. You can answer the question.
It says, is it like Genesis 1:1? And it says in the beginning.
Yes, just like that. Ra'ash means head. We use meaning head, chief, beginning, right? Meaning start, at the start. And the start and the beginning at the head. He sits at the head of the table, at the top of the table, at the start of the table. Give me some other ones. Yeah, that's pretty good right there. So it means the start, the chief, the top, the head, the beginning, the first. So in the beginning, okay, I believe it does say, it's Bara Asha, right? So that was a perfect example. Ba, Ra, Ash. Ra'ash would be the root word or the actual word, right? When I say root word, I'm talking about the actual regular word. Ra'ash means head or beginning or whatever you want to say. Start, right? Beginning, start. Oh, that means head, chief. Put chief over here, like the chief of the whatever, meaning the head, start, right? Bara Ash, and then you got Ya for plural, feminine plural. Whenever the Lord, now let me put this up here, right? I'm gonna put feminine plural, and I'm gonna just touch on this real quick. This is feminine plural, even though the Bible is written in masculine. We speak, our language is masculine. We talk to, okay, let me explain this. If y'all don't know, if y'all new to the class, right, out there online, right? Just like Spanish, you got a way you speak to a man, you got a way you speak to a woman. Our language is naturally made for us talking to men, unless you're talking to a woman. And because she's the weaker vessel, the lesser in power and authority, that doesn't mean she's less of a human being, but she doesn't have as much power as we have. Because she's the lesser in authority, we speak to her more kindly, more less, strong as we would speak to a man. You know what I mean? You ain't gonna be basing your woman unless she deserves it. You know what I mean? You just ain't gonna, what up, baby? Come here. You ain't gonna be doing that unless you hype to see her, or you know what I mean, or you just playing with her, or you ain't, just messing with her. You know what I mean? Showing your love and affection. You ain't really gonna talk to her like that. You always gonna usually talk to her nice, kind. You know what I mean? Show her affection, just like you would talk to your daughter or your sons. Now, well, you might speak to your sons hard, but you're gonna talk to her more, nice. You know what I mean? Because she's the sister. She's a sister. She ain't like you. She ain't built to handle. She ain't built for tough. You know what I mean? So there's no need to be speaking to, your woman like, yo, what up, baby? Come here. Let's chill, homie. Something, you know what I mean? That's why they put that in Scary Movie. When you had this girl dressed up in a goddamn football uniform. They was wild, man. Wings for, that was funny. Yeah, this red dress up in a football uniform with the helmet on and the tackle on and all that. Ain't nobody, that's a little gay. Ain't nobody doing all that, but they red. All right? So, because they're the lesser, we speak to them lesser. They're the lesser in authority. Not lesser of a person, but lesser in authority. They don't have as much power as we do. They don't have as much say-so as we do. But that being said, the Lord speaks to us in feminine. Just so y'all know, the Lord talks to us as if we're the female. So whenever you see the Lord speaking to us, read it in Hebrew. It's in feminine. It's crazy. I'll give you another example. When we speak about the land, we speak in feminine. That's natural. A lot of times when you say, yeah, we went to this land, the land of such and such, that is in feminine. Because the actual word for the land is in feminine. Because the land doesn't have any authority over us. Right in Genesis, it says we got dominion over the fish of the sea, over the land, cattle, all of them. So we speak to it in feminine. We speak about it in feminine because we the authority. It ain't Mother Nature, please save me. It's like Mother Nature, you better grow this damn corn. If the Lord allowed you to, because you gotta eat. You plant the seeds so that you can sprout up. You dressing it up, making turning that forest into a garden. You ain't asking, oh, Mother Forest, I need to turn you into a garden, please. Oh God, tree. Nah, we ain't doing that. You pick up the sticks, you cut up the wood, you light it on fire, and you forget about it. We got authority over it. So we speak about the land in feminine. So Bara'ashah, Ba is in. Right? In. Ra'ash is the head, the beginning. Once again, it didn't say Baha Ra'ashah, which is what they were saying online. It's just like this. You didn't have to say in the beginning. There's no need to put ha there. It's understood that we're saying the head, the beginning, the start. Right? There's no need to put Baha Ra'ashah. I just put ha up there just so y'all, see the character. But, and it's just like that with the Lord. The Lord speaks to us in feminine. We speak about the land in feminine. And that's why you see Yah at the end, which is the feminine plural. This is the feminine plural for head. In the beginning, feminine plural, right? Well, feminine is a lot, right? In the beginning. And then it goes that the Lord made the heavens and the earth. It's like it doesn't say the Lord, says the powers in plural. Elohim made the heavens and the earth, right? So that's just one word that Ba means. It means in. But then Ba also means a ton more things, right? Ba means in. You'll also see it used as at. A-T. Where you at? Isupk at the crib. Same thing. Where you at? In the crib. At the crib, in the crib. That's interchangeable in Hispanic and Spit and nigga tongue and wetback tongue. That's us. Where you at? Oh, I'm at the crib. Where you at? Oh, I'm in the crib. I mean, that's the same place to me. You could be on your bed, on the phone. Where you at? Oh, at the crib. You ain't gotta say I'm in the house, in the bed. You could be sitting on your steps. You can say, where you at? Oh, I'm in the crib. Sit right on your porch. I'm in the crib chilling. At the crib chilling. Either one is interchangeable. Go ahead.
You could be at your house, but not in your house. And you still gonna tell them the same thing. I'm at the crib.
Where you at? Yo, I need you to come here. Where you at? Man, I'm at my crib right now. All right, I'm on my way. And come there, you at the store. And it's just slang. That's what I was trying to bring out, you know. That we at the crib and we literally not even in the house. We in the crib and sometimes they in the house. I'm in the crib chilling. You really down the street talking to such and such because it's the same thing. It's like your whole block is literally like your own. The damn house is damn small anyway. Go ahead.
If I could, that was like the point. Like you out front, you around the area, you might be driving still. Where you at? I'm at the crib. You're not in it, but you at it. Like I'm right there.
Vicinity of my house. Bro. Give out the walk hand. That was a perfect example. You know what I mean? That being said, is another. This is very rare. It's sometimes only. Sometimes is by. It is very rare that you see on. Right? Very, very rare. What else is by used for off the top of my head? These are the main two. This is one. This is definitely the main one. Two. On, I think, is like, yeah, I would say on. It's either on or with. One of them, I believe, is with as well. With, I believe, is last, though. That's like 5, right? I would say this is about 3, like the third way to use it, but it's very rare. So I wouldn't even want to put 3. It's probably like 4 in the case of how they would use it, right? And this is definitely like 5, right? So, and I'm saying, I'm skipping, literally purposely skipping and saying, pushing it back to 4 because that's how rare it is. It's like, it ain't like they use it like this, and they use it like this, and they use it like that. It's like, because of our slang, it gets used this way. Because of our slang, it gets used that way, right? So that's also some ways, some things that it means, but you'll definitely see in and you'll definitely see at. You're definitely going to see in. All right, and you'll see with sometimes too. I believe, how can I say, if I can number it, I would definitely say it's like, definitely about, I would say maybe 10 at the most. With and on is about the same thing. It's about maybe, I'd say with maybe about 5 to 10. On maybe about 10 to 15, maybe times that they use it like that. But you definitely gonna see in, and you're definitely gonna see at. And at is pretty rare too, but you'll see. Because that's how we speak. We speak slang. All right. So let's get on to the next character. Now, like I said, I'm just going off the top of my head these numbers. They ain't exact, but if I could, that's what I would estimate it to be. I wouldn't say it's used no more than that, but it is used like that. You know, hot don't mean I'm hot. Cold don't mean I'm cold. Ill don't mean I'm ill. Sick don't mean I'm sick. I mean, that's my guy, don't mean that's my husband. I mean, that's my guy, don't mean that's your employee that works for you. It ain't somebody that you own. That's just how we talk. That women say it all the time, that's my B-I-T-C-H. That don't mean that's her lover. That don't mean that's her female dog. She's just saying that's her friend. She is a girl she F with. To F with somebody don't mean you had sex with them. Meaning y'all had sex with somebody together. That doesn't mean it. To F with somebody is somebody that you basically saying you would stand for. And sometimes black people say I F with him, but I wouldn't stand for him. That's slang. Like I F with the bull, but I don't know him like that. I don't know his mom, like, you know what I mean? And that's how we talk. That's how we speak to each other. All right. The next character is God. God doesn't have a beginning meaning. So we can skip over God, right? Because just so you know, this is the character God. Right? God doesn't have a meaning. It doesn't have a beginning meaning. All right. Not every Hebrew character or letter will have a word meaning. God doesn't have a word meaning by itself. Da. When you see da at the beginning of a root word, so I get my memories going on me. Da means do. And it's rare, but once again, it's what it means. It means do. Right? Character da. When you see that, it means do. Now, this is rare. You're not going to see da at the beginning of a word every time to think, do this. You know what I mean? I'm just giving you the word meanings for our letters, for our characters. All right? So, if you're wondering, yes, you will see it as do. Like I said, it's rare. It's not, you know what I mean? It is rare, but it is used like that. It means do. All right? So, I'm going to start trying to move a little bit quicker. Ha, the character ha. Now, the character ha is one of those characters. Let me put the name forward because I noticed I wasn't doing that. The character ha is one of those characters where it's used a lot. Ha means the. When it's at the beginning of a root word, it means the, right? It's also used as of. A lot, a whole lot. The and of. That's the character ha. When it's at the beginning of a root word. It's one of those characters where it's used as the, it's used as of, and then it ain't used at all. Just like with ba, brasha, ba, ba, ya. Alright? It is used here, it's used like this, and then because it's one of those characters where it just means the or of when it's at the beginning of a root word, it's sort of like pointless to put it everywhere. You're not going to do that right in a 1,000-word letter to somebody. You're not going to make sure ba-ha, ba-ya, ba-ha, ra-ash-ya. You're not going to do all that. You're just going to flow with it. If you put ba-ha, ba-ya, then that's how you flow. If you don't, then you did.
So like,
go ahead.
So you saying you don't have to click the high in all the time?
Right, you don't have to put high. I mean, yes, no, you don't. You don't have to put high all the time. That's what I mean. Like it's one of those characters where it's used, but because of our slang, it's not used a lot.
Right.
I mean, it's literally I should put like a blank space right here. Because it's the same way you see it here, the same way you see it as of, it's the same way you don't see it. It's just it's probably more words of it not being it. Literally. Probably more words with that don't even have ha in it. Because the is a word that's like it's sort of the same like this is, you know what I mean? It's like the house. It's like a I don't know, I don't even know what you would clarify that as or classify it as.
So I'm thinking like that's like if somebody asks you something. Instead of you saying the house, you just say the house, like house.
You would just say house.
Or it'd be like an animal or something. You just be like dog or something.
Mm-hmm.
Like, you kind of get to the point more is what you're saying.
Yeah.
Instead of saying hi and then.
I mean, in one way it's properly used. The other way is another way of saying it. Where it's like you ain't wrong. It's just one way is properly using it. They're like, and because English is a bastard tongue, and because we were raised to, as slaves, to want to be proper, because we slaves, we write properly, we talk properly. Not, we look down on talking slang. Like you can't go to a job speaking slang. But once you in the job, you talk to them. You ain't, yes, I'm going to work at 9 o'clock. Okay, man. It's like, now that you got one of them jobs, you gotta be proper. Like the minute you clock in, yo, what up? Something, it's like you ain't even the same person at the end of it. Because it's not needed. You know what I mean? And how is one of those words where it shit ain't, so I can say it like that. It ain't needed. It's not. It's not needed to say it every single time. You know what I mean? It ain't no, I need to be Hebrew proper. Remember, Hebrew belongs to us. So we're not impressing anybody. It ain't like, Master, I need this job. Well, I'm trying to be a good citizen. Well, I'm not like other black people. It ain't got none of that figure to it. It's literally ours. In your house, sometimes you come in with your sneakers on and walk on your own car. Even though you want other people to take their shoes off. Sometimes you do it. Sometimes you come in, take your shoes off. Sometimes you just don't. I mean, it don't matter to you. It's your house. You'll clean up the mess if you dirty. But you do tell other people, take your shoes off. You know what I mean? Cut the lights off. Sometimes you don't cut your lights off. Sometimes you leave it on, you're like, I'm gone. But you tell somebody else to cut your light. It's like it's ours. It belongs to us. So the same things that we would do for somebody else and for them to be proper and correct, we won't do that because it's ours. It's like, yo, don't hit my damn dog. Then the dog be like, man, you hit the dog. You know what I mean? And not to abuse it, but they ain't trying to abuse the dog either. They literally just scared of the dog and trying to get the dog out of the way. Go ahead. Let me see. Okay. I mean, I would leave it alone. That's cool. All right, no sweat. Maybe we gotta bring the mic closer. The water to the sister. I'm not sure. I couldn't see you, but the one who said she could hear me. Let's just bring the mic right here. Most High in Christ, the water. We appreciate it. All right, we appreciate all the comments and everything. Most High in Christ. So now, with that being said, try to lift this up for y'all. All right. So now, with that being said, that's how high is used. High is not there a ton. And it's there. It's like you got Ha'akwafi, right? The troopers and the sisters. And then you got what's the prayer that we use? The Father, prayer to the Father. Our Father, which is in heaven, right? The kingdom, the glory, right? We say Wahatha power, right? We say and the glory. And then on certain words, it's just that word, right? Give me some. Our Father, which is in heaven. Abanawa, Shabbat Shemayim, Qadash, Hayah, Shemka, the Lord's name. So I let me see. Abanawa, Shabbat Shemayim, Qadash, Hayah, Shemka, Yahweh, Malak, right? Our Father, which is in heaven, right? I go, our Father, which are in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come, thy will be done in earth as it is in heaven, right? So you got in earth as it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread. Forgive us our debts as we forgive our debtors. Lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from evil. For thine is the kingdom and the power and the glory. That whole thing, when we wrote it out in the Hebrew, it was said formally. It was said with the high ending. And then you got, give me some other ones that we say that don't have in it, that we say all the time. Is it, let me see. I believe it's Psalms 83, right? Psalms 83 is a very long prayer. But when we start to say the Philistines, right? We say Palashav, Am Yeshaya, Gam Ashavor. We saying the Philistines and the Hagarenes and this and all these people. But we're not saying ha, everyone. We're not saying ha, Palasha. You know what I mean? We're not using it. So one way is like formal, the other way is just us saying it. So that would be a good example of ha. Like Palasha, Gum Ashavor, right? We're not saying ha Gum Ashavor. Right? Go ahead.
Like saying Yashaya, you want to say I Yashaya?
Right. Like
That's more, okay, Yashaya is just,
yeah, okay. You saying like ha Yashaya, you mean Yeshaya?
yeah, Yashaya. Yeah.
Right. Well, ha at the beginning would be if you did. This is a good example to do right. Yeshaya is a person, right? Yeshai, which is Isaiah, right? If it was ha Yeshaya, it would be of Hosea. There's something of Hosea, just like you got, and this is in written in the scriptures. I give you another good example of it not being it, right? You got the bar, ha Yeshaya, the word. The bar means word or speak. The word, even though the ain't there, the word, and then you got of, and then you got Isaiah. I forget how you spell Isaiah, but it's a lot. I forget how to spell Isaiah. That might be wrong, so y'all can laugh at that. It's a lot. But and you can laugh again. I put up instead of the bar. The bar, Yeshaya, the word of Yeshaya, right? You could have put Hadabar, but most of the time when you see it, it's not Hadabar. It's the bar, and then Ha, and then the person. Most of the time, you won't even see Ha. It just be the bar, Yeshaya, the word of Yeshaya, right? Just like the bar Masha, right? The word of Moses. Salaki. You'll see this right here. You see the bar, and then you'll see Yahweh, the Lord's name. Right? The bar Yahweh. You won't have a ha here, and you won't have a ha here. It won't be the word of the Lord. It won't say that. It'll just be the bar Yahweh, and it'll mean the word of the Lord. So ha is one of those real good slang words, real good slang letters or characters, right? That where it's used formally just as much as it's not used. You know what I mean? Just as much as it's used in a slang way. You know, so it's ha is a real Israelite letter. So to speak, character. So now the next character is the character Wa. Alright, the character Wa. Wa is another good slang character because it means a ton of things. Wa at the beginning of a root word means and. What does Wa also mean at the beginning of a root word? A million other things. I'll give you some. But which is very, 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 very rare. Which is actually why I thought about it, because this one is very rare. You don't even see with. But moreover, right? Moreover, and anything. There's a ton of it. Sometimes they use it for like nevertheless, or why means a whole ton of different things. It's usually like, how can I say it? It's like adding on. It's like an add-on to say, and we did this, but we did that. Moreover, we did this. with, I really don't want to put with up here for a lot of the newer students. Y'all, the more you get to school and the more you study Hebrew, you'll see it used as with. This is very, very rare. It's like almost never, but wow means a lot of damn things. What is that? Beginning of a root word. Wa'alahayim, right? Yum, right? And the power. The is not there, but it still means and the power. All right? This is the word alahayim. This is la, and then yom. Block here. Or move it a little bit. Alahayim, right? I'm just putting the pronunciation for each character. Alahayim, right? Because Hebrew goes, of course, from right to left. English goes from left to right. Hebrew goes from right to left. All right? It's just, the heathens, you can't, they do their own thing sometimes. They ain't right, counted to be righteous like we are. And like I said before, English is a Japhetic language. We talk Esau English. English comes from Japheth. Spanish comes from Japheth. Latin comes from Japheth. Just like Greek, the land of Greece, Rome, Turkey, all that was Japheth. All that was Japheth, man. Remember, Ham, Shem, Japheth, right? Let me give y'all a perfect example. Let me draw it out for y'all, right? Nah, I can't draw, so y'all can't get y'all good old Israelite laugh. Israelites like to laugh, So you had Asia up here, right? Boom. Then you had Africa. I forget how they do Africa. They do Africa, something like that. And then you got Asia, and then you got Africa, right? And we were in the Middle East, which is all this right here. Salakia. It's about that right there. I gotta make Africa bigger, because that thing is gigantic. All right. So I'm gonna erase some of this off, but that's perfect right there for the land. And y'all can go ahead and laugh. I know I can't draw, but I'm just trying to give y'all an idea, right? And Africa got this little corny little island on the side. So this is Asia. Actually, Asia is a lot bigger than that. It's definitely a lot bigger than that. But y'all get what I'm trying to do, right? Trying to write this out. How about I just draw it? And I'll make everything the same damn size that I just made it. So Asia, we got Africa, gigantic, right? I think Asia still got like that little part to it. So I'm just trying to give y'all a drawing, just a little idea, right? Because this is how it was. Might be better if I erase this too. Just erase that part, right? You have a pointy little island, and then boom, I try to make it like that. So this is Africa, right? Remember, this is our land right here. All this up here is us. Everything east of the Nile River, and it cuts off at where Iran is, right? Because we got Iraq. I know for sure Iraq is part of our land. I believe the Euphrates stops right before Iran, so Iran would be like somewhere around here, and then Turkey is like up here, like the river stopped like right here, and then you got Saudi Arabia and all that around here, right? All the stars, everything east of the Nile River, all the way to Iran. That's us. It's all us. You got the little thing where they make it to be Israel. They made Israel to be this little skinny, little cracky looking bit of land over there. But really, all of this is us. That's just what Esau came and took. Because the Bible tells you that we had that and everything around it. Esau came and just took the part that's on the west. And he's fighting with the Palestinians for our land that's on the east side of the Jordan. But when Christ returned, we get into the Garden of Eden. This right here is the Garden of Eden. Huh? Go ahead.
That'll be a point in North Africa. I see. Like that's
Yes.
Ethiopia, the Egypt.
The Nile River goes from Egypt all the way down to like Uganda.
Uganda.
Right. I forget what the actual one is. But it's like a small little lake right at the bottom that's not connected to the Nile River.
I bet that even,
Go ahead.
continents will be bigger, like, when they, like, colonize the land, they said that, so, the land of Babylon was actually located someplace in Africa, like South Africa.
Well, Babylon was,
Whole big place.
it's two different Babylons.
Yeah.
So it depends on which one. The first Babylon was Africa because how you know? It was an African who ran Babylon. His name is Nimrod, the mighty hunter. He was an African. You know what I mean? He was a Hamite. So Ham be all up in them parts. You see, they was all the way up in our land. We had to take that land from Africa, from the Canaanites. So they was all up in here. So, you know what I mean? Back then, people just traveled and all that. You know, that's what we did. Because Adam got kicked out of the Garden of Eden. And what? The trees around the bottom, they took it over. So now, you got everybody that's just, you know, up in there. Go ahead.
Why do you think they tried to, and this, I kind of know when it colonized most of the land, they changed all the name of the different demographics. But why do you think that they changed, like they did with the land of Babylon, when we all know, when you read the Bible stories that the land of Canaanite was a large massive land, but the way the Europeans tried to depict it as a small little area, like near Iraq and
Well, that's what I meant. Like, you gotta think, 3 Babylons. This is Babylon.
yes.
Because it's spiritually Babylon. Same thing they did in Babylon, the actual place, which was where Iraq and all that was, which was the second Babylon. Then you gotta, like, okay, the one that you're referring to now was where they say it was at. Like, that's where it was. Nimrod, he ran the Tower of Babel, right? So that's where Nimrod, he grew the whole damn thing. So that was like a Babylon too. So it's more than just one Babylon. This is spiritually Babylon. The one you're referring to is one that we went in captivity to, is the one that was over in Iraq. Go ahead.
Also, when you look at the old map, everything was all the lands were like connected together.
Mm-hmm.
And what I suspect is when Western powers colonized, they did manipulate a lot of the maps. So from what I also looked at,
Right.
Sonagora, I believe, was actually located in South Africa. I was looking at you know how they describe like when the face like hit the man some like Lot or whatever, and the guy punished them. So there's a place in South Africa where you have the creeks, they have evidence of like what you call those
Brimstone.
brimstones hitting the different lands, the different parts of like South Africa, and it will make sense because you see a lot of sexual degeneracy that's going on over there.
So are you trying to say that you think that happened in South Africa?
Yeah.
Okay, I wouldn't do that because that's not what the Bible says. I wouldn't believe that. Okay. Volcanoes erupt and that's what brimstone is. You know that.
Yeah.
It's fire. That's volcanoes everywhere. Just because they got craters, from volcanoes erupting. Here's the thing. I wouldn't believe that at all because, and here's the thing that everybody needs when you're coming into the truth. You need one basis. If that's the Bible is true, every man is a liar. And with that, you'll be able to immediately be able to decipher what's true and what's not true. Like, we ain't telling nobody, oh, you just got to throw this out. That's what Christianity does, and that's why they can't see the truth. Because all they know is to just get rid of it if it's not what you heard here. The truth, we prove, we tell people, we give people a Bible that can't. Here you go, read it. It's here. You want a Bible? And that's what we do. Hold on real quick. We tell you to prove it yourself. We can. Okay, we tell you also to prove it yourself. I don't want to say it like we just here and say, here, you got to prove it. Now you're in the truth. No, it's not like that. We prove it for you. And we say, here, you can prove it on your own as well. With history, this, with that. You know what I mean? So everybody that's coming into the truth need one basis, right? And that is the Bible is true, every man is a liar. And here's what will help you. What is brimstone? For them to say that brimstone fell here, well, what the hell is brimstone? Is brimstone not able to fall somewhere else? Because brimstone comes from volcanoes and ash and all that stuff. So it's easy for brimstone to be everywhere. So for them to say that is like, I got a Gucci belt, my Gucci belt is real. Well, I can print up a Gucci belt. So I can sew a Gucci fabric together and say it's Gucci, but what actually makes it Gucci is a certain type of fabric they use, a certain measurement they use between each line, which is if you got sued, if you ever get sued for making and selling fake clothes like Dapper Dan, this is how you know, because Gucci uses a specific pattern. Because when you get your stuff patented, you have to have these specific things they're gonna ask you. Because if I say I'm patenting this school, and then you go and make the same school and you patent it. Or say I don't patent it, but this is my idea. And if I go to sue you, they're gonna say, well, how do we know that it was your idea first? You have to say, well, this is that many measurements. This is here, this is that. So back to the point. With that being said, right? The way you can tell that something is real or fake is you gotta have a basis, you gotta have a measurement, a plan, an outline. The outline is the Bible is true. For somebody to say that, and all right, so you want to start there, right? The Bible is true. What does the Bible say that Abraham and Lot were at?
They were saying it was between mountains, like mountainous area where.
But where's the landmass that say they were at?
It was like in the Middle East.
Thank you. So if they were in the Middle East, how could the brimstone be down in Africa? You see what I'm saying? Like a lot of people, you gotta remember, this truth is something so precious, it's worth stealing from you. Like your purse, like your car, like your bank account. The identity stuff is a real scammers. They a real damn thing. Scammers will take all your money out.
He over there running the $1 billion stand right now. Imagine giving him billions of dollars a year because he's saying he does.
He's saying he's us. It's worth lying to you to get what you have, or to take what you have. The Bible and the truth and the kingdom, remember, says you coming in here not to get peace in life. We all in here, we all want peace in life, just. But we're in here to suffer for this life, for peace and rulership for eternity, for 1,000 lives, for 1,000,000 lives. Imagine this, the white man been ruling for what, 4,000 years? That's a long ass time. 4,000 years. But guess what? After he done ruling, we're going to rule for billions. Who's to say that this is going to end? Who's to say creation is going to ever stop? Trillions of years of power and money and diamonds for this life? Man, shit. I'm living time. Look, sign me right here on the forehead. I'm going first, as a matter of fact. Because I know it's worth dying for. If 1 trillion lives I get to rule, I get to have diamonds in my teeth. 1 trillion times? Nigga, listen. You want my kids? Give me $2,000. Take it right now. Anything to help this truth further so I can get that goddamn reward. You want my wife? Listen, I can't give you my wife. I gotta die for her and ride for her. But I ain't got to see her forever while I do this work unless you need to have sex. And then I give her sex and then I holler at you because I'm going to get this crown. If that's how I got to be. If it came down to it, listen, brother. Be like, you don't have claws in here. Wife be taking you to counsel to get some ride because you trying to do the work of the Lord. It is worth stealing from you. It's worth somebody lying to you and saying, yeah, the garden is down up in here. Because if you believe this, then all your kids gonna be my slaves for 4,000 more years until Christ come back, and then I gotta be your slave. Come on, I'm gonna be your slave for all eternity. I take 4,000 years of lying to you. Yeah, Africa was in that was in Australia, and Jesus' wife. if I'm going to rule for 4,000 years, and then I got to be your slave for 1,000,000 years, I'm going to prolong that. Listen, I'm prolonging that as long as I can. Hey, my man, did you know that Jesus is white? Well, give me one of them Jewish pamphlets. Here you go. Y'all will learn about it, brother. So I can prolong being a damn slave. It's worth lying to you, and you got to always remember that. Like, this truth is worth somebody stealing from it. I think people out there being preachers, it's worth it. They get money. You ever see Creflo Dollar? He's rich. And he loves his life. And he will rob you. And will make sure you never understand what this is. He would say, listen, that brother, he can't draw, number one. So why the hell are you even listen to him about where the garden is? He should pick up a damn drawing book and learn how to draw a straight line. And he got millions of followers. Who the hell don't believe me over him? But in the kingdom of heaven, that nigga gonna be sweeping up on the side of the road. I mean, look, I don't know, I ain't the most high, but that's where it's headed when you lie to a million people. We all know the scripture. You're gonna be least in the kingdom. So this truth is worth stealing from. It's not, I would first make sure it coincides with the Bible. We know that niggas in the Middle East, that's obvious. You got white people that say that. So I would just stick with the basis of the Bible, and then you can decipher, like, all right, does it match with the Bible? If it don't, then I'm getting rid of it. I mean, because the Bible is the Lord's word. You want me to believe you? I mean, listen, I wouldn't, that's how you decipher. Go ahead.
If I could, so let me go. Saying, like, I remember when I first was like learning about these maps and the different things going on in the Bible, where I would like read a story, just looking up Israel and then see the same story in the Bible. Mm-hmm. And then like Esau got it recorded like it's history, but the way he teaches the Bible, he teaches it like it didn't happen.
Right, keep going. I was watching. You can come up on the screen. I'm gonna grab something.
All right, this week. But yeah, the way Esau teaches the Bible, you know what I'm saying? He kind of teaches like it didn't happen. You know what I'm saying? But when I remember when I first was looking at a bunch of videos and stuff, I see other Edomites going on. We couldn't find this land that they tracked down using the Bible. Like, mind you, the whole Bible, they got maps in them. So they'll look, see where everything is said it was at was in the Bible, and then they'll go look for the spot. And they was like, we couldn't find it. And then they was like, then we looked again in the Bible, and then we checked, like, oh, we looking in the wrong area. It's over this way. Then they like, oh, we found the Hittites. And we never could find the Hittites before, where we thought it didn't exist, and they just made it up. And then they would go find out where our old society was. You got to think, like, the old societies wasn't built the way our societies was now, to where, like, something might get destroyed. You know what I'm saying? And then it looked completely different than what it was in the Bible. Like a city getting overrun and taken back then, you know what I'm saying? Like the scripture says, you raise it to the damn ground. You tear the whole damn city up. And then now when people come and look at it later, it's nothing there. You know what I'm saying? Like, maybe that's why Egypt gets so much, you know what I'm saying, notoriety. Oh, this is the greatest thing, because they built something that has stayed there. But a lot of it was other societies besides that at the time. They just might not have built that type of structure to where they society got tore down to where you find stuff on the ground or in a lesser building.
Right. You lost the lock hand. Because that's a fact. I can't explain it no more, but he just broke it off there. Go ahead, sis.
There's I think it would be good to invest in like the old maps, because a lot of the old maps that I found out that they actually hide a lot of old maps, because a lot of the old maps actually correlate to the Bible. Mm-hmm. If you can find some of these old maps before, like pre-colonization time, a lot of them would the way it's structured, it fits the Bible more, and it make more sense when you read the Bible and look at these different.
We actually have a ton of old maps. We a few of the old maps is in a lot of books that we push on the website. We usually have them up in the school. Like a lot of the different schools, if you go around, we got like all the different schools. We do all of the same thing, but different pictures and different things. Like we got tons of pictures in the basement that ain't even hung up that we had when we had the school upstairs. We got maps. We got the map of Israel. We got a ton of stuff, but they just not up in school. Like right now in this school. But if you go to other schools in the ISPK, they may be up on the wall. So we got a ton of them. And we give you all the books on the internet quickly go by. I mean, we've been around since '69. I mean, geez. Brothers be talking all this like, oh, how old are you? How old are you? How do you know the Bible? How old are you? I'm like, I'm somewhere that's been around since '69. So how old are you? My knowledge is from '69. How old are you? Like, you ain't older than this one I'm in. You know what I mean? So it's like what I got, and the good scripture is give me Jeremiah when the Lord told Jeremiah, say not loud that he is a youth or that he is a child. But sis, when a brother get that, I want you to read this, right? You don't mind if you can come up. Oh, one thing, this is on demand compact Bible dictionary. If you can just come up, this way they can get you on the mic. You don't gotta you don't gotta stand up. You can bring a seat. I just want them to hear you clearly on the mic, right? If you want to bring a chair, you can. You need a chair? You sure? All right. No, you don't gotta be on camera if you don't want to. That's what I'm saying. You can sit right here. I just want them to hear you on the microphone. All right, I'm gonna bring the mic over. This is what I want you to. This is what I mean, right? When I say make sure it read to you the publishing company. It ain't an ISUBK publishing company. This is zonaband.com, right? Author tracker, right? It says follow your favorite authors. This is published by Zondervan Compact Bible Dictionary, copyright 1993. By Zondervan Compact Bible Dictionary, it's a company, right? It's Zondervan, Grand Rapids, Michigan. That's where they headquarters is, I'm guessing. Right, printed in the United States of America, got an ISBN number, ISBN-10, and then it has the phone number is 0310-4989-81-4. Well, I guess that's the IBN number. Then it got another ISBN number, 13-978-0310-989-81-8, right? So this is official. 93, right? I want you to read this. This is the definition of Jesus Christ from a white man, right? Now, remember, the majority, listen, I want to get on camera because the majority will see me next to Creflo Dollar and they're going with him. They're not coming with me, trust me. They would go with him. I would say, yeah, Jesus black, God don't like white people. I lost everybody who's ever going to listen to me. Right there. Creflo Dollar going to say, God loves everybody. And they're going to clap, and I mean, it's over for me. But I'm the nigga with this, with real knowledge. That actually comes from a white person, and I'm saying God don't like white people. But it comes from him. He knows it. All right. This is the definition of Jesus Christ, right? If you could just read this first dash, and then I'm going to have you skip down to this. It's just where it says Christ. Just saying that it's the definition, right? Okay. So this is Zondervan Compact Bible Dictionary, definition of Jesus Christ. You can read this.
Jesus Christ.
We can say it just a little bit louder. Yeah, all you're going to read is the first couple of words, just where it says Christ Jesus. All that.
Christ Jesus for child. Joshua.
It says Joshua because Christ's name was Joshua. It's the same name in English that it is in Greek. Joshua, I mean that it is from Hebrew. It's Yahushua. English is Joshua. Greek goes to Jesus.
And it's Jehovah.
And it says Jehovah is salvation. All right.
Messiah.
The Messiah, right? Now you can drop down. It's just telling you what Christ's name means. Right? At least that's what they say it means, right? So
someday he will return for his people.
Wait, that said someday Christ is going to return for his people. It didn't say everybody. It said, first off, they said, we tell niggas Christ coming through the sky with 200 million angels and UFOs, or what y'all call UFOs. We call them IFOs. They look at us like we got 5 heads. The white man just said, read it again.
Someday he will return for his people.
That's what white people said. It says someday Christ is coming back. I didn't make this up. It's got a whole ISBN number, 2 of them. I didn't write the book. I wasn't in the truth in 1993. I was 4 years old. Now, I damn sure didn't write it.
Right.
You wrote it?
Nah.
You wrote it? No. So here's the point. The white man,
Judge all men and all ushers in his eternal kingdom.
Wait, just stop it. Just slow down. It said you're doing a great job. He's gonna usher in, he's gonna judge all men. He's gonna actually punish people. He's gonna really judge them the way a judge says life, 25 to life, 40 to life, 20 to 40 years, 10 years. He's gonna punish people. And he's gonna usher in his eternal kingdom. That's what we working for, y'all. I'm trying to get some of that eternal thing that they got going on in that Bible.
Right.
That whole rulership under the black man thing, I like that. That doesn't sound good to me.
Right.
Sound good enough to not lie to nobody, not cheat, not steal, not eat pork. And it sounds good enough for me to go cuss out white people on the corner. I like that too. I don't see nothing wrong with that. At least I ain't got to wear a tight suit, be gay, and try to act straight, and then steal people money.
Right.
I got to act like I'm not gay, so I can keep the congregation here, so they can keep paying me. Listen, the preacher's life is hell, man. You got to act like you don't molest children, so everybody can call you Pope and you can kiss the palm of their hand and all that. I mean, some people want the money now. It's theirs and they need it now. Some people hear that right there, they say, man, like I ain't never eating pork again. I'm done. I'm done with all these whores. I'm done with these cigarettes and weed. Done selling drugs. I'm done. I'm done cheating and lying and scheming and stealing people's cars and knocking old women over the head and stealing their purse. I'm done. I want that. Tired of shooting people any damn way. I shot enough people. Why don't everybody just stop messing with me so I can stop shooting niggas? I think I agree with that. Some people like, listen, I'm gay, but I'm going to act straight for this money. That's your preacher. That's how some people want the money right now. And then some people want eternal life. But if I say, yo, you're going to get eternal life if you come with us, yeah, we don't like white people because God don't like them. You're not coming with them. Even if I don't say that. If I say, yeah, come with me, man, we're going to get eternal life. Yeah, one day, see what we working for. We waiting for Christ to come out the sky. You go, listen, you're not coming with me. Creflo Dollar be like, don't worry, brother. Keep selling drugs. Pay your tithes on Monday. Yeah, all right, cool. At least I ain't got to wait for an imaginary nigga to come out the air. This nigga walk around dressed like he in 1833. I mean, listen, some people don't believe nothing we say, but it is true. And this right here, the reason I brought this out for you, sis, is because if it don't match with the Bible, then just get rid of it. Don't listen to it. Don't even consider it. If you want to consider it, do the research, but keep your basis. The Bible true? This is a lie. The Bible's true? That's a lie. And you should prove that it's not a lie. You should say, all right, well, how can I make this not be a lie? I can't say that this is correct right now because it doesn't match with this right here, which is in the Bible. People say, yo, y'all crazy. But a white man, the one who said it first. He said it when I was 4 years old. Jesus was coming back.
Right.
I ain't coming to the truth till I was like 26. I mean, I don't think I'm wrong. I think I agree with the white man on that one. So I can't be in the cult. If the Zondervan Bible Dictionary says the same thing I just learned, 22 years later?
Right.
I mean, so that's what you need, sis. You need a basis. You need a foundation. And then you won't actually worry if you won't even consider certain things that sound like it's not coinciding with the truth. You won't be like, you'll hear something about, something not going right side by side with the Bible, and you'll automatically have a red flag. You'll be like, nah, you're going to have to prove it. You'll tell somebody, you're going to have to prove that this is that. You have to prove that volcanoes is not what this brimstone came from. You're going to have to prove that this is that. You're going to have to prove that this is that, because until you do, you got the proof already. You got the Bible in your hand. You just sit there and hold it while I'm waiting for you. I got this. Show me something. Show me, where's the Garden of Eden at in Africa? Where? I mean, go ahead.
If I could, that just reminded me of something. Like, it reminded me of a bunch of stuff, but this one thing in particular, I think like I don't know if it started when I was in the truth. I feel like it started before that. People were saying, "Man, when you go and you do the research, a man cannot fit in a whale's mouth." People were saying that for the longest time. Like you cannot get swallowed by a whale. I remember people saying this specifically. And then recently, that Edomite, I don't know if you seen the story. He got swallowed by a whale, and then they spit him out later. Like this literally happened later, to where I'm like, y'all just like, and since I've been in the truth, that keep happening. Like
Right.
everything that I've been reading and I'm looking at, I just comment and I end up seeing it later and like, oh, okay. There's somebody else that like the world will confirm like something that happened outside and it'll confirm it. It's just like we tell people we're not African. They look at us like we crazy. What you mean you're not African? You came from Africa. You got to be African. And then I go up to the Africans and be like, are me and you the same people? And they tell me no every single time.
Yo, I do that all the time. I do
Every
that
time.
all the time. Especially when I first came in.
Right.
I had so many no's. It was like, wow, I started being happy.
Right.
Like first you're nervous to ask them. And then after they tell you no 5 times, you be asking them like, hey, yo, we the same people? No. I knew it, see.
Right.
I asked one African in Southwest. I said, yo, you know about the Hebrews? He said, yeah. I said, we the same people? Like, us and y'all the same? He said, oh, no.
But they know that white people are funny, and I think it's white people who push that narrative too. But because they don't want you to know who you are. If you go to a lot of the places, they will let you know, okay, the Hamites are Africans, the ones who sold you here, you guys are different breed of people who came in, you don't have their same tradition. But because, the Jews, of course, they funded the slave trade, in order to make what their lives the truth, they had to cover a whole lot of things. So that you see this big Afrocentric push. And that's actually coming from those white Jews.
Yeah.
When I try to tell people that, they look at me like I'm stupid. I said, no, listen, did you ever heard of this commentaries like Afro-Senate, I'm trying to name, but that diaspora? And it was saying that a lot of Black American females are getting into witchcraft. When I listened to the commentary, one of there's a few things that caught my attention. One, a lot of people are coming out of church because they were disappointed in the Christian church. That's one. Number two, I heard someone said that she's trying to get to her Afrocentric roots. And I was thinking to my head, that's not your roots. The third thing is a lesbian she was a witch, and she said she practiced because there's a lot of I guess homosexuality rooted in witchcraft. That's also a lie. That's actually more in like European witches. Because if you go over to Africa, you do that nonsense, they kill you anyways. But so there was 3 lies that I heard these females push, and I think it's out of ignorance.
Yeah, more than likely.
The first one, the Christianity church.
But
That's
this is, if you don't mind, right? We ain't got that much time for the class, right? Yeah, but this bring your questions to class. You know what I mean? Because I do want to finish the
Oh, sorry.
Yeah. But I did. Oh, you can sit it back over here. I'll take it. Wow. I didn't mean to cut you off, sis. You know what I mean? But we gonna get back to some Hebrew if I could, right? But the water. Now, everything you're saying is very good. Just remember to keep that basis. You know what I mean? That the Bible is true. And here's the thing. In here, it may take time as you keep coming and as you keep asking your questions. You'll see that it's all true. It's all the Bible. The Bible is true. I remember I had so many questions. I remember asking General about the mark of the beast being the microchip. And when he broke it down that it was Christianity because Christianity makes people shoot other people and not a microchip, I was like, damn, I ain't not thinking that. While he was talking to me, I was thinking about it in my head, like, damn, that makes sense. I'm like, shit, why ain't not thinking that? Like, that should have been obvious. Like, I'm sitting there watching YouTube all night, mark of the beast, that damn a microchip. I'm like, man, so I guess everybody on the microchip now that you sell crack to. I guess the people who buy the crack to sell it got a microchip in them already. But your phone got a microchip, your car got, I guess the debit card is you know what I mean? So all I needed was a basis, and then that is how I was able to easily decipher things that just when they come my way, I just put it through the Bible. Like you put something through a scanner, like I mean, when you're going in somewhere like a metal detector, I put it right through the Bible. All right, well let me see if it matches what the Bible says. I mean, if it ain't nothing to match it, I just toss it. It's not worth keeping because I got a whole lot more space in here that I need for actual Bible scriptures. Go ahead.
So people was still eating pork and doing everything in the Bible that they told you not to do. Well, they put that microchip on that credit card. People was poking that microchip out the debit card, like taking it out.
Wow.
Because they was assuming that it was like, oh yeah, this is the mark of the beast. They gonna put the chip in your debit card. And it's like you do everything else today. You celebrate Thanksgiving, Christmas, your birthday. You eat pork still. Everybody's still getting high, shooting each other. You hate your neighbor. All this other stuff. You think Esau your damn neighbor, but then they put the chip in the card and you lost your mind. Whole time you doing everything Esau told you to do anyway.
Yep. I guess people forget that the mark of the beast in your hand is killing for the oppressor. Yeah, the one in your head is the Christianity. The one in your hand is what you do because of what you believe.
Right.
Like when you sign up to be a cop and be in the military and all that stuff, that is the mark of the beast in your hand.
Right.
Because what are you going to do with your hands for the oppressor? It's like you're going to do a ton of different things. One, you get in that military, you're going to end up having to kill somebody if they send you out. Now, I'm not sure, I've never been in there. I don't think you have to go to battle, but if you got certain positions, but I think after a while, if you come down to it, you might actually have to. And now you got to defend your slave master. Like even signing up for it is like you did it with your hand. Wasn't a microchip in your hand.
Right.
You became a cop. You put your badge on every day with your hands. You know what I mean? To go and do what? Serve and protect? Yeah, I feel it. You could have did that at the community neighborhood watch. Maybe that wasn't good. You know what I mean? But with that being said, we're going to get back to the Hebrew, if you don't mind, sis. All right, so we're on the character Zah. And this character Zah right here, this one actually falls at the end. This is an ending connector. This is actually not a beginning connector. But I'll use it since it's on top. Zah by itself doesn't mean anything. But the word Zah means this. And this is always on topic because this is what we're talking about. This is what we do. So this is what we explain. This is what we just learned. All right, the word this, and it sometimes is used as that. All right, but this one is actually an ending connector. You'll see Bayah, Zah. Right? Bayah, Zah, meaning this house. Right? This house. Or it'll be saying that house. But more than likely, right, it's usually something like of that. Like something of that. Like that. It is interchangeable. I shouldn't have to explain. I want to explain it, throw you off. It's just like that house, just like this house. But the actual word for that is Hahawa'ah. So Hahawa'ah is the actual word for that. Right? The actual word for of that we've been using all night is Shah. Shah La connected. You don't ever see this. You don't ever see this. You see Ha more than that. You see Ma used more than this. Ma meaning from or of. We ain't get there yet, but you see that more than you see that your word shall. You'll see Zah a lot used as that. Not, I can't tell you which one is used more. I believe this may be used more for that. This is a secondary. The Zah is used as this, which is why you'll see it used as that as well. But this is the actual word for that. But I think us writing and slang, I believe in the Bible is usually more, I don't want to say more, but it's used just as much as the word Hahawa'ah. Because of Zah meaning this. So this house, that watch, this car, that car. It can get used like that. But it can get used in that way.
So,
Go ahead.
you said Ya'ah was this?
Hahawa'ah is that. It's the actual word for that. Ha. So I mean ha wa ah. Hawa'ah is the actual word for evil. but yet you see the character Yah, which we're about to get to in a second, at the beginning of the root word. You see Yah used for it. Actually, I can go into that now. I can go into, so that'll be al-za, into that. Meaning A-L, za, right? Because al is a word that means into or unto, right? Actually means unto or to, and then it's used as into last. But I'll go into al in a second, right? So let's get to the character Yah. Yah means he. All right, so look, first let me put up what it is. It's Yah. Yah, when you see it at the beginning of a root word, it means he, right? Secondarily, you'll see it used as, you'll see it with a Y at the end of the root word, and it means, let me just do this, Yah at end, right? I mean, Y at end. So you'll see Yah at the beginning and a Y at the end, and it means they. Right? But that's the ending connector. I just wanted to add that on there too. But when you see those two together, it's actually for an ending. Like Yah and the root word, and at the end it says Y. And it means they, and then whatever that was. They walked, they went, they ran, they spoke, they ate, they whatever. Go ahead.
It's like you putting the Yah and the Wa together?
No, okay. It's actually used together like this to mean they.
So like,
But Yah at the beginning of the root word is he.
so,
But it is used together when it's saying they. Alright?
so if I could, when you see whatever you're reading, man, and then you see the Yah at the beginning and the Wa at the end,
It's saying they.
that means they, and then whatever's in the middle is what you're talking about.
Yeah. Yeah, just that simple, right? Which is why I threw it in there. It's because it's easier to recognize once you learn it. Like you might not get it now, but then when we do the indie connectors, you'll be like, oh, all right, that's what he was saying. When it's Yah at the beginning and Y at the end, it'll be saying they. Unless the root word actually has Yah in it. Like, what is it? Yeshai. Well, it might be like Yeshai, Yahum, right? Might be they saved, because Hum is them. Or it could still be Yeshai Wa, right? Or, you know what I mean, to say they saved, they rescued, right? Yeshai Wa, right? Because most of the time, well, this is more for an ending, but sometimes just because we speak slang, you're going to actually see Yah in the beginning. It'll just be Y at the end. So, I'll give you one, Amar Wa. Amar means say. Amar Wa meaning they said. They said to him, something like that, right? Well, I'm saying something like that, meaning in that form of a sentence, like that type of sentence. But that's actually how it's going to be written. Amar Wa meaning they said, right? Or his, it'll be they said. So that's the character Yah. And you see, it means he, but it's at the beginning of a root word. To give you a tense, I believe it means, I'm going to just leave it there. I want to go into the tenses yet. That's going to take it for a whole nother turn. But we're going to get into the tenses as well. I'm just going to do a couple of recaps just because I was out for a little bit, right? So now that was the character Yah. We skipped over the character Ta and Ka because they don't have like a word meaning, right? For the beginning of a root word, they don't have like a meaning. Like when you see Ka at the beginning, it doesn't mean nothing. When you see Ta at the beginning, it doesn't mean nothing. But Most High in Christ. So the next character is Ka. It's regular Ka, not like Ka, like C-H-A-A. But this one is just K-A, Ka. When you see this at the beginning of a root word, it means as, and it also means like. Right? So let me see. Ka Ka is, how can I say it? As we forgive our debtors. Forgive us as we forgive our debtors, right? So what was it? Forgive is, what's the prayer? Boom, boom, boom. Abanawa, Shabbat Shemayim, Qadash, Ayash, Ka, Yahweh, Malak, Ka, Laba'a, Ratazaka, Aya, Aisha, Baratazak, Wall, Haya, Bashemayim, Thumbanawa, Lakum, Kal, Yawam, Wasalaka, Nawa, Kabawa, right? Kabawa means debt or debtors. Kabawa, now, Ka, Salak, now, right? Ka, as Salak, it's like we say Salak here, right? So, I'll put Salak. Ka, Salak. Ka, Salak, and then now, right? Now is the ending, which means us, our, or we. That's an ending connected, right? I just tossed that one in there, Salak. So, Ka, Salak. Now, Ka, as, and then Salak, meaning forgive. We know that. As forgive us, or as forgive we, meaning as we forgive. It's now meaning us, we, or our. It's our house. We live here in this house. This house belongs to us. We bought this house. This is our house. The house belongs to us. You get it? It's the same damn thing. It means now. That's an ending connector. So that was an extra I tossed in there. So ka, meaning as or like. Alright? Like, give me something, give me another one that we say where it says like something. As the stubble before the wind, right? That's ka, I forget what that is in Psalms 83. Damn, I forget Psalms 83. What's Psalms 121 in the Hebrew? Asha, Yanya, Maharim, Mahayanya, Ba'a. Zarya. I don't want to go through it. I'm spend too much time trying to remember and go through the prayers. But also, make sure you hit up my email, mariahbk@gmail.com. I send you all the Hebrew info that you need for the class. I sent out some more. I believe I saw some old ones. I thought I sent those out already, but I sent them out again. mariahbk@gmail.com. Man, just hit me up. Send you all the class info that you need to be in the class to get right, to study. You get an alphabet sheet. You get 100 most common verbs. You get 200 Hebrew words. You get the past, present, future tense. You get past, present, future tense. Hold on. Past, present, future tense. Alphabet sheet. 100 most common verbs. 200 Hebrew words, and it's something else that I always, and the prayers in Hebrew. A lot. I don't know, I forget that. That's what made me think about it. And the prayers in Hebrew, those 5 things, M-A-R-A-H. Once again, that's MARAHUPK@gmail.com. Hit me up to get the class info. All right, just hit me up, say Salah, sir. Trying to get the Hebrew class info, I send it to you. All right. Of course, Isupk, the home of the truth. You know what I mean? If you hit me up for it, then I know you're more than likely you in the school. And if not, then what you gonna say? The whole Isupk got the same thing that you now have that you're gonna try to use for your class. I mean, or say that you had it first, when everybody knows that this came from Isupk. So no perpetrators coming in begging for our stuff just to try to act tough with it later, like they had it already, knowing that they got it from us. So now, move on, 8:50, right? What time is it now?
It's 8:53.
8:53. All right, I'm going to do these two at the same time, right? Ma meaning from or of. There you go, the same word again. And we already know that the actual word for of is shall, and you're going to not even see shall. All right. Shal Malak Yom. Adawan, Shal Adawan. King of Kings, Lord of Lords. All right. But you see how long that was to say that? which is why we use ma and ha and all those other words, because that's how we speak. So ma, and then the last one, I believe ma is the last one at the beginning of the root word. Yep, that's actually it. Na is something, I forget what it was, I believe it's a feminine. It's a tense when they use na. But for right now, this is the last one. Love ma, na, sa, I. For all the beginning connectors, ma is the last one. We did la, ga, da, ha, wa, ya, ka, la, ma. Alright? None of the other ones are connectors. Alright? Or are beginning connectors. Right? So that's it for all the beginning connectors. Now, you do have words as well, because these are letters or characters, right? We call them characters, but America would say letters, right? So these are letters, but then you got actual words like I did, za. You also got al, which means unto. All right, unto, or to is to say to or unto. Damn, I skipped la. Let me give y'all la since I'm at al. I might as well give y'all la because la means the same thing. La means to or unto. Sometimes they use it as of. There goes of again. It's just our slang. I mean, this is how we do it. La meaning to or unto or of. It's another way to say of. Alright. The other actual word, like the word is a letter or a character. This is la, this is al, the actual word that means unto or to. Alright? Isupk, your hand up. Okay. This is why we see al masha, unto Moses. The Lord spake unto Moses. The bar Yahweh al masha. Or why the bar Yahweh al masha, and the Lord spake unto Moses, right? Another thing about that Yah, when it's used at the beginning of a root word, when it comes, so you'll see wa at the beginning of a root word meaning and, right? And then you'll see Yah, and then you'll see the word, the bar, or any other word that it's trying to say, any other action word. This Yah, it still means he, but it's just not in the sentence. It's just to denote who it's speaking of. While you have the bar, right, and spake, or speak, or what we'll say today's time, spoke, right? I don't know how to spoke. Spoken, that's S-P-O-K-E, right? And spoke Moses, and spoke the Most High. I'll just put a shield there for the Most High's name. Al, right? To, and then you'll see Masha, right? When you see this Yah here, it's denoting who actually spoke. In this case, it would be the Lord, right? While you have the bar, Yahweh. So this Yah is really just to say he spoke. And spoke the Lord, and the Lord spoke to Moses. So in English, you'll see and the, which is not there, but you'll see it anyway. And the Lord spoke to Moses. You won't actually see, it won't say he. And it won't say, and he, the Lord, spoke to Moses. You won't see that. You'll just see, and the Lord spoke to Moses in the scriptures. Or, and he said this, or, and whoever did it, did whatever they did, it was them. Go ahead. I hate to say it like that.
But the bar, don't the bar also mean the word? Don't the bar also mean the word?
Right. It means speak. Remember, I don't know if you heard me in the beginning. It means speak. It means word and it means speak.
Oh yeah, I didn't think of that.
Right. And so, and he spoke. Well, in old quicker English, they would put spake. And he spake.
It was like spook, and then you go spook again, but then you chose.
Right. And I started out, my ears a little messed up. spoke, same thing. And he spoke to Moses. Or and it's saying, and the Lord spoke to Moses. So, and the Lord spoke to Moses. Or and spoke the Lord to Moses, right? But remember, English is the bastard tongue. So it's wrong. It's backwards. In Hebrew, the action word normally goes first. Alright, in Hebrew, the action word goes first, then the noun. So the action word, then the person, place, or thing that it's talking about. The verb, then the noun. Alright? Oh shit, that's me.
Time check, 9 o'clock.
Alright, 9 o'clock, time check. Alright, with that being said, this was the Lashawan Qadash class. We went over all the beginning connectors. Alright, all of them. Wa, ya, ba, ga, da, ha, wa. Za was an English, but we did za, ya, ka, la, and ma. Alright, we did all of them. Gave you some examples. We broke down a few different more things, man. I enjoy doing this Hebrew class, man, all the time. Alright, hit me up. My email, marahupk@gmail.com. Request that Hebrew info. Go home and study, and cut everybody that is not in the UPK. Alright, marahupk@gmail.com. Okay, hit me up for the Hebrew info. Alright. With that being said, I'm going to pass the class over to Precinct Officer of 500. Officer Constable. All right.
This is the Isupk security announcement. We got Isupk set out of 1 West, 125th Street, Albany, New York. I'm the manager, to be honest. Move new brothers and sisters. When a new brother and sister comes into the school, they are all limited to 6 months. They have to be student only. They are able to share themselves with the world. If they need transportation, the teacher will arrange it. After 6 months, if a brother or sister has an interest in a particular person, he or she must get permission from the head to speak to a brother or sister. There's another 6 months in which the brother and sister will court each other. After this 6-month period, the brother and sister will get permission from the head to marry, tied to the commandment. You find this in the book of Numbers, chapter 18, verse 21. The book of Malachi, chapter 3, verse 8 to 10. These 10 to Hebrew are Ma'ashur. 10% of every penny or increase the Lord gives you. Give it to the Treasury Department preach fund, which is a free will offering. It's not mandatory. Whatsoever amount you would like. Upcoming holy convocation, we have the feast of dedication coming up on our 25th day of the 9th month. In the last 8 days, this year's it's on 28th of November, which is what, next Sunday or this Sunday?
It's this Sunday.
This Sunday coming.
Y'all be here for that Feast of Hanukkah.
Right. You can find this in the book of Maccabees, chapter 4, verses 52 through 61. I check the books for in the hallway. Any brother in the school wants to be a trooper in the school, start wearing all black boots, shirt, headband, and scarf. With that being said, Imagine we need to stand. And in Israel, we will get one person to salute. Imagine Shabbat. Imagine Rock.
How about Shimmy Al Shah Rock Stones?
Yes, on top. Saw with his turn. For the sisters, your Imam Shabbat is your feet at a 45-degree angle with your right hand over your left hand. Feet at a 45-degree angle with your head bowed and covered. What we say, Barak, I believe. Right. You smite use your right hand and smite the left side of your chest. You'll get a sensible and courteous salute. Be the visual Imam Shabbat. Imagine Barak.
Al Shema Al Shimmy Al Shah.
Judgment up. Fast as it.
I say that nice and loud, princess, so we can hear you. That was good, though.